Hey, it says that I am live. God, it's kind of bright here. Am I in focus? What's up, guys? Let me make a few adjustments while we're flying. It seems as though that my camera's a little bit bright here. So let's make a few adjustments while we're talking. Hey, it's Ron Raphael coming to you once again from one of my favorite places in the entire world, and that's Inglewood, California, my block. I thought I'd come on live today, one of the very few times on this channel, but it will become more consistent over time, over the next few weeks, more frequent, more consistent. You'll start seeing this type of broadcast. Why? It's time to do it, man. Why not? Hold on just a moment. Let me make a couple adjustments. Just one or two. Seems like I'm coming in a little bit hot for you guys, and I am. All right, let me make a couple small adjustments here. See how my camera's looking. All right, you guys. I'm back. I should be a little bit more palatable as far as, yeah, that looks a whole lot better. But anyway, man, why have I come to you today live on this auspicious day, a Tuesday, nonetheless, no less. Tuesday the 16th, 4 days away from 420, and I'm in California. Yeah, maybe I'm doing this now so I can get it out of the way so I can navigate the smoke for this weekend. Maybe partake or maybe not, but I still got to be prepared. So, why am I here today? I'm coming live to you today because I've been doing something lately and I've decided to throw my hat in, so to speak, to some degree about the public commentary on the state of the Black community, in particular, the dynamics between our men and our women, dare say. I chimed in recently on a piece. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm talking like I got viewership. But by this time, hopefully in the future, many people would have seen that piece. And it is basically a statement of a question. Why aren't Black men in church these days? Right? And so the thumbnail said Black men, why? With a big question mark. And then there was a break line between the picture of the man standing with his back to a church and then a break line basically indicating that there has been a break. You know how you have a heart broken in half and there's this, yeah, that's that's exactly what the thumbnail was like. So I delved into a subject matter I tried to stay away from. And why I try to stay away from it is because it does nothing for me inside but give me sorrow. As much as we need to be in unison, in harmony in our community between the two sides, we completely are not. And throughout the history of our, I guess, recent history, of the relationship, the love dynamic between us two, we've been hearing through music basically an account of the type of feelings that men, because we write the songs and we sing most of the songs, these love songs, they went from Baby, Baby, Please from the 70s all the way till today where we're not even writing R&B love songs anymore. And I think it's indicative of what's going on in our society, which is men have finally got it. We are completely enlightened. We have clarity. We get it. We finally have it. And we're not caught in between trying to make love to the opposite side now and wondering why we're not getting a response back. We get it. We've been told and we get it. We get the message. And men are adjusting accordingly, right? So, what are we doing? We're doing a bunch of stuff. Men are getting their passports, they're leaving. Many of them becoming incels, almost like myself, I dare say. But I've done it all. I've lived it all. Family, 100 million girls that I can't even remember, children, divorce. So, me professing to be somewhat on my own is really not much of an accomplishment, so to speak. I may have been here anyway, based on life circumstances. But no, I'm actually here, not necessarily wanting to be in this situation, but completely okay with it because I've done and I've lived mine. But what about everyone else? And men are starting to get it. They're starting to become one of these 3 or 4 profiles that are happening in society these days regarding Black men. Either we're becoming uber successful and we're disappearing, we're leaving the planet of Earth. Well, as it pertains to the United States anyway, it seems like we're leaving the Earth. We're leaving. We're gathering up our money, we're saving it, and we're taking it somewhere else, and we are investing in a whole new reality, a whole new universe. The ones that are stuck here, maybe about 15 to 17% of them, I should say, because I'm no longer in the game. But this is the pool of men that are left, those that are underachieving for some reason or are still on the journey of achievement and cannot leave. And these guys are the ones forced to deal with what is going on. And basically, the ladies are getting what's left. They're getting the dregs of the men. And so that was the post and the inspiration for it. And I sent it out as a test because I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit earlier, but discipline basically won over. And I knew I had to produce a thumbnail. So that's what I did. I produced this thumbnail. L, how you feeling today, man? How are you feeling today? Oh, okay, man. I just sent you that thumbnail. Just call it, get your reflections on it, see what you think about it, if anything.
I like the one where you can see the shadow of everything, the second one.
Yeah, it kind of was a no-brainer, huh? I threw you a lob on that one. It's like, I'm gonna dunk this one.
Yeah, yeah. The other one was cool too because you saw the shadow in the glasses of the female.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw more into the second one.
So what did it do for you? What did that thumbnail do for you? With all the, with the picture of the man and the clarity, the glasses, and how do you think an audience, someone who's seeing it for the first time, might receive it? What would they think? The message was what I mean. The message.
Well, as a man, he's gonna be curious. What he talking about? What this brother talking about? Because you're saying the brother's finally getting you. They got it right.
Yeah, my man of clarity, man of something along the line. Black men finally have it.
Yeah. So as a man, you're gonna say, well, I need to find out what he talking about.
Yeah,
maybe I don't have it. Maybe I need to find out what it is so I can get
it. Yeah, well, yeah. At least see what the temperature is on that.
Yeah. Let me stick my feet in the water and see what's happening.
Okay, well, that's what a thumbnail is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
as a woman, you know how they think. What the fuck he talking about?
here these fools go again.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on over here? So that's gonna, arouse their curiosity.
So you think it's a good first post or offering for to begin the my basically me jumping in the water like you just said. I'm basically testing the waters, but I haven't. I'm officially decided to dive into not this part of it where men and women are going back and forth, what they may call red pill or even more extreme these days. They have a black pill. I don't know what that is, but I try to stay away from it on purpose. I talk with you about it because, as men, we can compartmentalize it and make it a part of our day that's enjoyable. We enjoy the end of it, but using it as a platform and continuously talking about it, I thought may put me in a dark space. You know what I mean? Constantly thinking about something like that, even though it's our reality.
Well, if you know that it's going to put you in a dark space, then be ready for that because being in a dark space doesn't necessarily that you're in the wrong place.
It's almost
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody got to do it. It's almost like it's affecting you.
Somebody, so why not me?
Yeah, I think I'm in a position to accept the calling to some degree, but more than more, we'll get into our conversations like we do, but more on the general basis of, yeah, talking about what black men are going through, what not necessarily the focus, because we get it now, can't be the black woman.
Right.
I mean, it's like we're wasting our damn time, you know what I mean? Trying to, you know, it's come to that point almost where it's like, okay, well, I'm got to throw my hands up, and instead of slapping the mess out this chick, I got to leave.
I got to move on.
And I got to leave for good. And obviously not advocating for any sort of violence. You know, I ain't, you know, I'm not trying to go to jail. It ain't moralistic, because I think in some societies it's actually the right thing to do for them. You know what I mean? But it's not a moral standpoint. It's more of a, I don't want to be caught up in one of the tools that they've been giving them to put us away after they done got smart with us and said something crazy or put their finger in your face.
Right. Because you behind bars and you're done. And they still outside doing whatever.
Yeah, they winning. In fact, man, it's crazy you should say it like this, man. Just the boy Tory Lanez. Have you heard of him, man?
Tory Lanez.
He's like a rapper, R&B, super talented vocals. He's from the Caribbean, and the boy just started doing it on his own. He about our height, man. He's like 5'6", but the guy got so much confidence. He's the one that got into the mix with Meg Stallion, and he supposedly pulled out a gun and shot her in the foot, and they gave him 20 years.
Yeah.
That.
I see. She's got there's a special on that, and I started watching it, and then I stopped.
Yeah, there's nothing really much about it. She got to lie. He got a gag order.
I stopped because it's just too much. And you know what? And not just in the rap industry or the music industry or in the industry, period. It's just too much of us cutting down us. And the way
it kind of looks, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he shot her, but somebody shot her. I don't know if she shot herself, but she got shot.
Yeah, it's kind of old news, man. It was two chicks. He was hitting them both. They were friends. You know how that happens.
They were all in the car together.
They were all in the mix together. And I don't know if no man got two women that he hitting that he got to pull out a gun to slap somebody. What do we need a gun for? It ain't, men don't even think like that when they, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, old news, but and it's funny how he's like, we chopping down we. I don't even identify with them like that, man, truthfully. And they don't represent us. That's as far as I'm saying. They make them in society. It turns out to be that way, is the imagery. But if you look at the dynamics of who these people are and what they represent, they don't represent the 51% of black males that are working, childless, and in the middle class.
No, they don't.
They don't represent, right. They don't represent the millions of young men at 30 that are incels that ain't getting none and ain't, you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of us that's the vast majority of us actually aren't involved with none of this business.
Right. We're not. But because they are in that life, and our children today look up to that. That's what they see, and it's not a reflection on our lives of how we really are, but they are looking at it as how they want to be.
Yeah, that's their role models, man. And it's happening without us knowing it, because you can protect your kids as much as you want, but if they got a cell phone in their hand, they pretty much being raised by the man, somebody else.
Yeah.
And sad as it is, you know, it was a time at my daughter's school where a note came home or some type of message stating that one of the girls had been playing pornography on her phone in school. So we couldn't even protect our daughter, at least to teach her about sex and sexuality for the first time from her parents who were keeping it away from her like we were supposed to. Some little, you know, what I'm got, yeah, who probably her household's being in her household's, yeah. And her parents must not have, you know how it is. Whoever was raising her probably thought it was, you know, gave her the impression that this type of behavior would not be punished at school. So she showed, obviously, parents found out, but we wept, man. We wept that day.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that type, it was a guttural, like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And we broke down as parents, man, and I felt so helpless because the damage was done. That imagery could never be reversed. And I didn't even ask her what she saw. I didn't even ask her what type of act or how deep it was, but I knew it had to. Most of them things, you know, I'm a grown man. Most of them things start off with fellatio.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, what do you do? How do you do it? And then what do you say? And then how do you say it?
So if the clarity is, what did we get? What do we finally get? If it sparked an interest and someone clicked on it, what is it that black men finally have? If the clarity is it that we truly get it now? We gonna stop singing them love songs, and because we understand now, baby, baby, please, it ain't gonna get answered.
Or is it the fact that some of the sapsuckers is making it worse for the strong black man because they accepted certain shit, and then when we stand up as strong black men, then we are the person that, oh, look at this, yeah, here he go again.
Yes, it's kind of funny. It's like they've been weaponized. You know, it goes back to something I learned and makes a whole lot of sense, is that the only way feminism or the gynocracy can relive, if you want to define it as such, is if men uphold it. Because if we all decide it's over with, they can't stop us.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? We put the laws in, men can take them out. What y'all want to do? Fight over it? Y'all gonna lose.
Right before you called, I was watching Dave Chappelle on Netflix. I had already seen it. I was just trying to find something. And the statement that he made was he has nothing against gays. He's jealous of them because of the fact that their movement took off, and it's great because what black people have done for 300-400 years, we haven't gotten to the place where they are.
Right.
They got more rights.
It's funny.
Black people, period.
Yeah, combined. Yeah, they figured out how to get all the civil rights protections and all that stuff. They got it all. It's a silent bond going on between. And hey, y'all don't get this wrong now. Whoever's listening and watching, I don't want to hear nothing crazy. But the reason why I jumped into this week is because last week I did this post about a piece about black men. I did some research. I read some dissertations from, graduates from seminary school, doctoral graduates for, teaching the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm on the way to church. Mama invited me. So I said, you know what? I just saw a piece about the dismal numbers of black men in church. Mama invites me to church. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to go hang out with her, make her day happy. Why not? But I thought, let me do a piece on this. So I did. So after reading the dissertation and everything, the conclusion was that they basically can't figure it out. But there's a strong correlation. They figured it out, but they didn't want to admit it, between men being forced away and out of the home, and men eventually and ultimately not showing up to church. So I found this that it was, like, okay, they own something here. I think, they ain't afraid to talk about it, and they starting to head in that direction. But he abandoned his finding and went into all about trying how to get men to church on other programs, but not addressing the elephant in the room, which was the whole changeover, the whole correlation between the two, in my humble estimation, after looking at everything, is that black men don't want to go to church. And I'm making it real simple. Like if you were 4 years old or something, is how I said it in this thing, is that we don't want to go there because the women that don't like us, don't love us, don't need us, that's where they go to hang out on Sundays. Why would we take our free time and then go follow behind the women that start off at a baseline level of understanding between us two as disrespect? So why aren't black men going to church? Because black women are there. Real simple to me.
Yeah.
We're not atheists. We're not atheists, really.
I know for a while, when I lived in Los Angeles, us guys would get together and say, "Hey, let's go to church as a group of guys, because what we was looking for was a good woman."
Well, yeah. Well,
but not the case anymore, and vice versa. Women would go to get a good man.
You would go to church to the singles ministry or something, or just pick one up by conversation, or hey, getting to know somebody, parking lot pimping.
But as a man, I had to stop myself from going to church because I'm going for the wrong reason.
I don't think it's a wrong reason to go to church to find a woman.
Well, no.
Oh.
No, that was my main reason. My main goal should be going to listen to the word.
Well, if we in church finding a woman, that's what God need to be. If he should be mad at me for that.
Wait, hey, I'm in church. I'm supposed to listen to the word, but I'm cutting my eye across the food.
Hey, she's showing me something. Looking for a wife, God. I'm saying, what you want me told? Hey, he gave us a full command. He said, "Go forth and multiply." That was his law. And then he gave us the unmitigated, unavoidable desire to do what he told us to do. We doing his job. As long as we don't fornicate, we can look.
Yeah.
But then that's another conversation. We know what it's leading to. Hopefully we find a wife. But if she ain't a wife, we use her for a minute. You know what I mean? We might keep her around for a minute till we find one. Yeah, I'm saying. So anyway, man, I think I tell young brothers that all the time. Two places they need to. I said, y'all stop picking up these street women that you know is trying to have your baby, I'm sorry, and you know what that's going to lead to for your finance. But girls that are on a move that are up to something are normally in church or they're in school. I said, just enroll in school. You can flunk out. Just enroll. Just enroll and stay for 2 semesters if you can hang on till you find her. You know what I mean? I said, but yeah, girls in school, they're more prone to actually have birth control and keep it up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man.
It's a thin line, and we all want our children to do well. Now, that same aspect that you just talked about for a young lady, you want that for your daughter, you want it for your son, but our society today, shit happens to the kids. And if they are not strung out on drugs, they strung out on the web on this phone.
Extrasensory quick gratification.
Yeah, it's it's back in the day we used to go outside and play. They don't go outside and play no more. Kids ain't going outside to play. Play what? They don't do that. If they ain't on that game, they ain't running the streets doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to you, man.
So it's like your book. Very informative, trying to reach out to the youngsters, trying to prepare them for that next level. Where, as black parents, I don't know when you want to say black parents, as parents, period, we're supposed to put our children in the positions to be the best that they can be. Not the Army, Navy, Marines. We are that as their parents, so that they can be all that they can be at the next level. But today's society, they got cyberbullying. Cyberbullying.
Yeah, grown people do that to each other too.
I laughed at it when I first heard it. Because who would allow somebody
Oh my goodness, that's such a watered down version of the shit we had to go through. Oh, you bullying me over the yeah. Yeah, you think you intimidating me over the airwaves? Be crazy. Yeah, I'll sock you in the mouth over in person when I see you. Trust me, it ain't gonna be no cyber retaliation. I'm coming to the jawbone. I'm coming to the jawbone. Old school.
As the parents, I'm gonna kick that cyberbully's ass.
You're gonna kick his ass right now on cyber on the cyber style. Man, cyberbullying. But man, on that other note you mentioned about the young, another thing made me weep recently. My sister had gone through some type of shaky engagement thing with some guy for years. And they recently she decided, hey, it ain't working. Boom, let me separate, right? So cool. We go, all right, no worries. So now in the cut slides in somebody from Donovan's side of the family, right? So I'm going, what's going on? She's dating him. And recently I find out, I'm a grown sister in her 30s, almost 40 years old, that after dating this guy for less than a year, the other guy was years, right? Didn't work out. He kept going back and forth. We knew what was going on. They didn't set a date for marriage. They didn't do it. Okay, cool. At least they were making the steps towards it. Only reason I could, tolerate him being around my sister this long. So anyway, that ends up, she starts talking to somebody new, and lo and behold, she's pregnant. I said, what the hell are you talking about? I said, you with this other guy? I said, you was with a guy for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, who knows how long. Him going back and forth wherever he was in Florida trying to do, work his business. I guess his story was, I'm trying to get it together, babe, so I can finally do what I need to do and stay here. I need to make some money. I think that's what he was on. But, that can lead to other stuff, and then other stuff lead to other stuff. But anyway, she ended up with him. So I said, what? So obviously, I'm going, oh my God, it's a bunch of emotions going up and around. My sister's having a child. No. So after about 5-10 minutes of being in the house hanging out, and I say, so what's up with dude? I said, I didn't have a chat with dude, and I told him to come see me. Because when he started dating her, I told her, I got to talk to you. So I chatted with her like an older brother or uncle or father should. I said, what's going on? She was like, well, this and this and that and that. I said, okay. I said, you finished with the other dude? She's like, yeah. I said, well, how come he keep calling you? She's like, what? I said, well, you keep telling me the other guy's calling you. She said, well, he keeps calling me. I said, well, you talking to him? She said, yeah, he keeps calling. I said, no, you're picking up. I said, don't give me that shit. And I said, this is what a big brother's supposed to do, because your man couldn't tell you this because you wouldn't take it the right way. I said, but you're talking to two men right now is what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of how you slice it. So if you were done with this dude, what you need to do is put all his stuff in storage, give him the key, or put the key somewhere where he can get it when he comes back, and you tell him you will no longer be accepting his calls. Why? Because if this young man you're dating has a young lady he's talking to every once in a while, he's justified too, isn't he? And the lights came on. I was like, did I have to explain this to you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, if you catch him talking to somebody, you're going to say he's cheating or he's a dog, because that's how men are. But yet you keep picking up the phone every time this ex calls you. So anyway, that was the first encounter with this scenario. So what I'm doing as a big brother, I'm creating, okay, there's somebody who loves you here, and he's going to have somebody to be accountable to. But by the way, I'm setting you straight first. So that's where my heart was, right?
Right.
So then I say, I got to talk to him now, because you my sister, and I see this dude leaving here. I was like, what's going on? I went over mama's house and he's leaving. So ain't my business, but I'm calculating. I'm like, hold on, this nigga spend the night? Excuse my language.
Right.
Did he spend the night? Once again, mama's house, and Tap is a father, man. And dude, I cannot respect this guy. Cannot no more. So anyway, few weeks go by. I see him again. He ain't say nothing. I give him I said, look, man, I told you I need to talk to you. So I show up to his job, dude, to talk to him. Wasn't there. Okay, cool. In between that time and when I saw my sister, she pregnant.
Wow.
So then I say to her at the table when we all hanging out, I said, so did he propose? She got that face like, propose? Like I said something like, did he slap the shit? I don't know. I must have said something bad.
The way she looked at you.
The way she looked at me. So back to what you were saying. And I thought to myself, then she said, well, I was in an engagement. See how that turned out. I said, so you were doing the right thing. So now this time you completely abandoned the whole fucking. I'm so disappointed. But I can't do that. I can't be that weight on her. I won't do that to her. The baby's coming. The baby's full. I'm not going to make a damper of it and all this nuts. But it broke my heart. And then I thought to myself, that's where all this came from. We really get it. Asia had everything in this world taken care of. She needs nothing. But you know what she needs? What every woman comes back to after they talk about they don't need us, they don't want us, they don't desire us. She's been taken care of her whole life. If Asia start working now, she's going to get both houses and all the equity in both of them. Guaranteed. She ain't going to have she's never struggled. When Darren got out of high school, he didn't get no car. When I got out of high school, I didn't get shit. Guess what? When she got out of high school, she got a brand new car.
Brand new car. Ooh.
Well, her grandma, which is Tap's mother, she ain't our mother. She was retired and had worked all her life and had everything in order, married, and her husband passed away. So she had stuff. And that's her baby girl. Guess what? She got a brand new car. We had to pay rent when we lived at the house. I'm not griping about it. Take care of my sister. But to get to the point where all this shit you've been given and been taken care of, and you get to a point in your life where you didn't do the things you were supposed to do right in the first place, and now the selfish shit kicks in. And that's what this thing is all about, when I need a child. You know how you even earn a child. So now you're going to have your baby mama. At 38, 39 years old. That's the way to go. No shame. And when I go up in church, guess who's sitting there right next to mama? And that's the place they want us to go every Sunday.
Wow. Well, she definitely she ain't grown up. She don't grow up now.
But what's she gonna do? I don't even know how she's gonna raise a child. She works a full-time job. She does, but hey, no, let me forget about it. Let me forget about it.
Yeah,
Let me forget
they'll
about it.
find a way.
But it broke my heart, man. Our family structures and what men hold themselves to a high esteem as far as what their families look like. This is what I was talking about. We finally get it. Our value system is completely gone. And there's the other side of that value system is not interested in reinstating it, instilling it, saving it, keeping it. Our culture is completely trash. And that's the clarity I'm talking about. We're not still singing these love songs because we finally get it.
Okay.
R&B is dead. Have you noticed that? Our version of R&B, like Joe and all them cats used to sing love songs. You play, get your girl, come home, play Joe, invite a girl over, and you could, the Isleys and
Yeah, there's no more.
that's quiet. No one's talking about. That's completely dead now, man. No one's that kind of music don't even exist.
Yeah.
As far as this generation is concerned, I mean, what's contained inside of it. They may be using the same chords and stealing the hooks and all that from us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they ain't singing love songs. And men got tired. Men are stopped singing and writing love songs. It's a reflection. I look at music as like a really that people don't understand, but it's happening anyway. It is like the true reflection. It's like our soul that's been speaking to us through music. And if we go back and we look at it, it's gonna talk to us and tell us. This era we were singing like this. This era we standing room only with such and such, and girls screaming, throwing their panties on the stage. This era turned into this. Then and before you know it, Montel Williams and our R&B is gone now. Nobody's singing love songs. And even with the songs they singing like Tank, all Tank do is talk about love you, and all he talking about is fucking. He ain't singing love songs. All he's talking about is how to break a girl back off and shove her head in something, but in an R&B song.
Ain't no real R&B singers and real music like we grew up with.
Nah.
I listen to oldies because a lot of this stuff I can't even listen to.
Man.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, shoot.
It's ridiculous.
Man. So this type of conversation that you're having with me, do you think is valuable and people would be interested in this type of conversation if we had it ongoing?
I think so. I mean, yeah, and touch on different subjects like we did during this conversation. Yeah. I think it would be, and I think people will call in and
chime in.
Have some stuff to add to it. Chime in on it.
Okay, well, just like you said, guys, sometime in the near future, as membership starts to pick up, and this show that you're listening to may not be now because the first transmission, I'm sure no one's live with us. But LL, you've been live.
Okay.
You've been live on the Ron Raphael Show, the Black Gen X Man. And LL, just so you guys know who this gentleman is, this brother is like a big brother to me. Comes up maybe a couple inches shorter than me, but 10 times the stature as far as the type of man that people should aspire to be. He's a big brother. He gave me not my first, but it was my second job. And I needed it desperately at the time. I was 21 and needed a job, and he hired me. He was the office service manager at a law firm in Century City. And since then, we've established a bond, and I talk to him all the time. He's been through some stuff, and I thought we start reestablishing our bond and doing it in a meaningful way and building a channel. So you guys say what's up to Leonard Lowe, affectionately known as Chunk. He is the other half of this type of conversation that we'll be having ongoing, not necessarily about women in particular,
but the subject and the focus is going to be on Black men. And this is our initial stream. The stream says clarity. And that's is exactly what the message is going to be moving forward. Clarity. Black men, we finally have it. You guys, it was a pleasure. Let learning be your legacy. And when you get there, make sure it becomes part of something that you share ongoing and that you reach back and you give some of that to someone else. Make learning your legacy. Take care, guys. Peace out. Gen X Black Man and Chunk. We out. We out.